I had gone to a meeting that was called by Talbot Family Network, which is the local management board here. All right, so I didn't know anything about them at all, but they had something over at that historic auditorium, and it was to talk about hunger. And that interests me because we're one of the wealthiest counties in the country. And I went, that's sort of interesting. So I went over there and saw the dinner and the presentation and everything, and they said, if you'd like to sign up to know more. So there's a room full of people, and we're all signing up. So they said, we want to start a coalition of all the pantries and the food providers here. And I said, I'd be interested in doing the PR, that kind of thing. And it just sort of evolved that I became the chair, because it was sort of like nobody was doing this stuff, So what happens, I became the chair, and I've been the chair ever since. So it was formed 5 years ago this summer. The Hunger Coalition, if you don't know, is 16 food pantries and 5 meal providers. And people are like, what? How can that be in this county? 1 out of 5 children in this county go to bed hungry. 1 out of 10 of the residents are food insecure. That means they probably only get 1 meal a day. Often we run into mothers and fathers not eating dinner so their kids can have dinner, that kind of thing. That's called food insecure. We have 200 homeless children in this county. It just went up. It was 163, now we know 200, actually it's probably a little bit more than that now. And in our schools, to show you how bad it is, our public schools, we have free and reduced meals, which means children get breakfast and lunch. 44% of the kids in elementary school are on that. That's over 2,000 children in this county. So you can see what the problem is then. So I'm the chair of all these groups, and what our thing is, we're trying to raise awareness in the county that this even exists. So I try to get to every kind of event possible. One of the events I went to was speaking to Tidewater Rotary 2 years ago, and a young man came up to me and said to me, how can I help you? And it was Ryan Grawl. So I said, I love you. So we made arrangements for him to start going into the schools and teaching third graders hands-on. He brought the stuff, and there'd be 4 kids on a table, and they made healthy snacks themselves. They ate it, they took it home, and they had the recipe. And he's done that in every school in the district. And it's always usually with third graders. When he heard about Resource Day, which was only started last year, that was our first year. And we started that because one of the things we began to realize, just like with the pantries, nobody knew each other existed. Our pantries in this county did not know that there were all these other pantries. They always kept thinking they were it, Now they know better, and they also work in tandem. So the same thing with resources. And we were thinking with Neighborhood Service Center, this is who we began to partner with, is why don't we bring them all together in one place, and then people could go there and in a comfortable situation such as a school, which they're more used to, and feel more comfortable with, and have everybody there. And so that's how it came about. Maryland Food Bank is donating to us 5,000 pounds of groceries, including meat, fresh produce, everything. So they're going to have that there. I have arranged the teenagers in the high schools and the middle schools are going to be packing and helping the people get their groceries, because we allow people to pick their groceries. We don't pack it for them, and that way they get the food they want, and if they have any health issues. So we'll have that. We're also going to have legal aid, all kinds, and another group called Pro Bono Aid. We will have the 3 utilities there to give heating assistance. And we've situated so they will have privacy, that people can go and sit and talk to those people privately. We'll even have a barber. And we'll have AIDS testing. We'll also have mental health professionals there, as well as physical health people there. The Hunger Coalition did a food stamp challenge a few years ago. And we said, because right now the most you can get, is $33 a person per week. So we said, okay, we're going to challenge people, do it for 1 week, live on $33. And that means no towels, paper, anything, it's just pure food. That's all you can get, all right? Of course, there's no alcohol, no cigarettes, or anything like that as well. And people who took it told me it was such a challenge, because one, the cheapest things are in the center of the store, not where the produce is, and the milk, and the yogurt, and the fresh vegetables, and things like that, and the meats. So they found it really hard, and they also found it took longer. They were looking and checking prices and comparing instead of just grabbing. That's my favorite. I always get that, and that's what they grab and go. And you can't do that. And of course, the grocery stores well, they have all this prepared food. You're not allowed to get prepared food.
Oh, yeah.
No, like the roast chickens, which would be good, like a working person comes home from McDonald's after working, grab a roast chicken for the family. You're not allowed to do that. So, I know, so it's ridiculous. And people found buying one can of coffee blew their budget. You know, it goes a hole in your budget, that can of coffee.
Yeah.
So, and then I had others who said, oh, I can't do this. I have to be gluten-free, or I'm diabetic. And I say to them, so are they. And now that we all know who each other is and are working together, it's only got, everybody's only gotten strengthened by this. Even the little